You ever had a horror movie scared? You know what I'm talking about? The kind of scared that makes your skin crawl and you can't sleep at night because you keep seeing the images from the movie in your head and you just want to forget about it, but you can't. Well, if you have not, let me tell you all about it. So back in the early 90s, there was this indie film festival and it was called The Pleasure. And this festival happened every year in my hometown, Columbus, Ohio. And one year they showed a movie called The Addiction. And this movie, let me tell you, messed me up for months. Okay. The Addiction is a vampire movie, and it is one of the most disgusting movies I've ever seen in my life. There's a scene in the beginning where this guy played by Ian Bailey, he goes into a bathroom to shoot up and he turns around and there's a girl in the stall next to him shooting up. And she looks at him and she has no face. Like her whole face is gone. It's just this like fleshy hole where her face should be. And then she turns around and walks away and he goes, "Hey, are you okay?" And she doesn't respond. And he gets freaked out and he leaves. But then later in the movie, we find out that she's actually a vampire and she's just missing her face because she got turned into a vampire and then someone ripped her face off. Oh, and also she was pregnant at the same time. So the baby vampire inside of her was also ripped out and the mother vampire just lost her mind after that. So she was just wandering around with no face looking for her baby. That was the best or worst scene in the movie. I don't know which. Anyway, this movie is insanely gory. There's tons of blood and guts everywhere. People get their faces ripped off, eyes get gouged out. I mean, it's crazy. This movie is so disgusting. I remember leaving the theater and I couldn't look at my hands for weeks. Like I was freaking out every time I looked at my hands because they were like slick and squishy and I kept thinking they were covered in blood. It was awful. So I told my mom, I go, "Mom, I think something's wrong with me." She's like, "What do you mean?" I go, "Like I think I'm turning into a vampire." And she didn't even question it. She just said, "Are you sure?" And I go, "Yeah, I think I'm turning into one of those things from that movie with no face." And she's like, "Oh, honey, you're not turning into a vampire. You just need to stop watching horror movies for a while." But it didn't work. Like I couldn't stop thinking about it. I would wake up in the middle of the night and I could feel my face. Like I would put my hands on my face and I could feel my face. And I'd be like, "Is my face normal?" And then I'd be freaking out. Then I'd have to get up and go to the bathroom and stare in the mirror for like an hour to convince myself that I still had a face. It was awful. My hands would shake, I couldn't eat, I wouldn't sleep, like it was horrible. I told my best friend about it and I was staying at his house for Christmas break one year. And I woke up in the middle of the night and I started shaking and he started screaming and he thought I was having a seizure. We ended up calling 911 and my mom had to come and pick me up because I convinced myself that I was turning into the thing from the movie. You know, the creature from the thing whatever, like the blob. I was like, I'm turning into the blob. I feel like I'm turning into the blob. And my mom had to come and take care of me. But the thing is that I never told anyone that this movie did this to me. Like I was too embarrassed to admit that a movie made me this freaked out. I didn't tell anybody. I didn't tell my mom. I didn't tell my dad. I didn't tell my brother. I didn't tell my sister. I didn't tell my best friends. Nobody knew until now. Well, I guess technically nobody knows except for maybe my mom, but I never told her. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed my story about the time that I went absolutely insane because of a horror movie. If you did, please click the thumbs up button.